Okay, I'm not sure if everyone can hear me okay, just testing a few things here and there, but if I sound exhausted, it is because I am. But hi, long time no see. Currently thoroughly enjoying um like this whole shenanigan of this kind of music that YouTube has been recommending me ever since I did the change to the Discord server, and I am not opposed to this. I am just trying to get things done properly. And I'm also just figuring things out that I feel like my microphone is for some reason a bit more quiet than usual. So let me mess around with these settings just a little bit. But I think it should be kind of fine now. Um, but I am doing okay, rather. And I may be talking a little bit slow, and that is because of, again, me being exhausted, but also due to something that has happened that, yes, it is something that happened that is a new chapter, I guess, a new thing that, um, a new thing that I will have to live with, and that will only further push me to the goal that I want to achieve with all of you. I'm always, or I'm trying at least, to see the positive in the negative and the other way around, which is why this whole change has happened. But it is a conflict that I never wanted. It is something that I've never had the intent of, but it still happened. And we are now at that point of which, I guess, you know, I can only do so much and just move on forward from this point on and see what our next steps will be. Do enjoy your food. Speaking of food, I just ate a little bit as well before we started the stream. And I just put some things in my air fryer, and I forgot that apparently I had a bit more food in my freezer to put in the air fryer than I thought. So I figured I'd just make that real quick because it's rather fast. Whenever you make food with an air fryer, it is usually really fast. Like it was ready in about 20 minutes or something. But right now I am just enjoying, well, enjoying, yeah, you can say that. You can say that I am now enjoying whatever new interest that I have discovered. Um, that I've discovered this new interest that, I guess the term cyber zen is completely banished, and I'm not allowed to use that anymore. Um, so we'll have to figure out something new for whatever this is. No, nothing with zen. We cannot do that anymore. And what happened also with my injury is that I have been very weakened as well. The very first few days after the injury happened, I haven't really been able to take care of myself. And you know that I am already really bad at that. I'm already really bad at taking care of myself. It's even worse then, during these few days. And I guess that might also be a little bit of an aftermath of the way that I am talking now, I suppose. I am still saddened by something that has happened behind the scenes. And it is weird, but it is a bit, like it hurts a bit from like what has happened, but it also angers me because of there have been worse things that are being said about certain people that they have been saying things that are accepted, that are okay. Those that, like, I understand the decisions that have been made, and I agree to those out of respect for those that I love and for those that I care. And I can completely understand the other point of view of what has happened, and it's completely fine. People do not know how to interpret something like on chat, for example, right? Especially if if the other people do not know who I am and what I stand for, then things can be seen in a completely different way than the way I have intended those things to be. That is why I changed my Discord bio thing to something different. To something that has also bothered me for quite a while. Let alone ever since I could think properly for myself and rationalize things that only people would talk to other people sooner just to get a nil of understanding of what's happening. Then things can be a lot more things can be a lot more more open, I suppose. There's no need for people to think weird things of me or to say bad things, not necessarily about me only, but to those that have also encountered this experience of people that, for example, I am sure that there have been things said about you of which you think to yourself, like, you don't know me or how I function or how I think. So whatever you think of me and try to make that news public is something that is completely invalid, and they have no right to do so whatsoever. That's why I urge people in general, talk to people before you make your judgments about who they are as a person, before you start rambling on about your own thoughts, your own interpretation, and share that with everyone else, claiming that whatever you are saying is the truth without verifying it. And I'm sure I am not the only person. I'm sure that as good as everyone has gone through a very similar situation like that before. Does that make sense? Like, is it clear to you all what I'm trying to say or the message that I'm trying to bring to you? Or is it something that you would like me to explain in further detail? Long story short, and I am not sure if the people who have been saying these things are here. And honestly, I do not care. Everyone is more than welcome. I do not judge anyone whatsoever. In return, I expect the exact same thing. There have been people that have been saying things about me that aren't true, and that have shared that with other people. And it could go around like a wildfire. and people could possibly see that or whatever rumor is being spread as the truth. But that's why I urge people, those people who have heard whatever they have heard about me, to have a talk with me first personally, and I would welcome it. There are some people who have been helpful, who have been meaning the best with me, and I appreciate that. I has appreciated the help and the concern that people have sent to me, and I respect them so much for what they've done for me. I always will. But again, to those other people that have said things about me, and I am not sure if they are here, probably not, because I don't think they have followed me or something. What? Regardless of what people say about me, I just want them, like if they, whatever they have heard, I would urge them to talk to me personally so that they know how I function, how I roll, what I stand for, what the community stands for, before they make their own judgment on who I am, how I am as a person, and what our community is all about. The chances of you guys having heard anything are very slim because it would be stupid for my, how would I say, my loyal followers, I suppose, such as you, would have heard anything about it, because otherwise you would have instantly told me. And you would, of course, be aware of it. So it is normal for you guys not to have heard anything, because it proves that they are uncertain of whether the things that they have heard about me are true or not. And they will not try to cause or not try to seek any trouble in our Discord. Or in our community, wherever. But this, I swear to you, people, and I am not going to name names because, no, I am not going to name names because that is not how I function as a person. I still love those people all the same. I love everyone equally, and I do not judge anyone. Because it's a shitty feeling to be judged by someone else, or that other people are being, or having, like, what do you call that? Not prejudice, but what's it called? Wait, I need the internet for this word. Oh, it is that word, okay. So he was correct on that, okay. So, it is shitty enough for people to have prejudices about you as a person. So therefore, I do not wish the same or anyone else. I forgive them for the things that they have said and that they have done, and I would welcome them all the same. That's why I'm not going to name names or tell you where they are or where you can find them. Because again, conflict is the last thing that I want. I just wish that those people and potentially whoever in the future that might have the same prejudices about me in the community, that I wish that they would first talk to me or the community, and that they would know how and what exactly, is really happening. So, hey, Nari, how are things? I did get timed out in Zen's chat, but that was a while ago, so no, it's not that. I remember that one time in, like, when Zen was streaming, like people were being silly and just, it's usually like that in Zen stream, where the chat is messing around with Zen and Zen is messing around with the chat. That's usually how things are. And, one time, like, she said, like, fuck you, chat, and then I responded with, if you insist, like in all caps. Well, I said that, one, obviously, as a joke, and two, as a reference to Team 4 Star's Imperfect Cell, that also said the same response to something similar. But that got me timed out. I don't think it's an algorithm. It was someone that has actually timed me out. But that was a while ago. I can't really remember since my perception of time has been really fucked in the past few days because I was constantly in bed, sleeping, no food, no drinks, just in bed trying to recover as fast as I can. And now we're here. You do realize, Panzer, I was completely blind for at least 2 days. I couldn't make any food. I couldn't... Like, I was happy that I could navigate through my house blindly. But I was blind again. For at least 2 days. And people might be wondering why I'm saying, like, why I was blind for 2 days, while only my left eye was impacted. And the thing is, like, if you would Um, for example, if you close both of your eyes, and then you try to open one eye but keep the other one closed, you can feel like the muscles around your eyelids forcing your other eye to be closed because that's what you're doing, that's what you want to do. But that pressure put on top of my left eye, which was completely fucked, hurt like hell. It hurt so fucking much that I have been screaming in agonizing pain, which is why I decided I'll just not fucking look, you know? I'll just keep both of my eyes closed so I don't have that pain. The thing is, there was something on my one eye. There was something on my left eye. There was a bandage, like over my eye, but it wasn't really enough for the amount of damage that has been done to it. While it did heal properly for the first few days, after a while, my cornea decided to go in random directions and started growing it started growing like towards my inner eye rather than, just the surface. And that's why I needed to have another eye surgery to like remove all the excess fucky cornea that was growing on my eye. Which was also a trip. And then after that, because my cornea was healed a lot more than, when the incident happened, they decided to put this lens over my eye, which I still have right now, over my eye so that I don't need a bandage anymore, which was very unreliable. But with this lens now, it is now healing a lot better. I can finally see through it. Because before that lens thing, I couldn't. I absolutely could not see through my left eye. Because of the moment I opened my left eye, it hurt like hell. I just couldn't. So I'm lucky enough that my dad was able to drive me to the eye specialists to, do the necessary. And then perform the eye surgery, applying the bandage lens. And yeah, right now I still feel like a pressure and some mild kinda stabbings or like little pricks that are happening in my eye right now. So it's still not a fun sensation, but at least it doesn't hurt as much anymore as before. And I can properly see, through this. Otherwise, forget it. Do take care, Ninjo. If you are still here for some reason, do take care. And, Lunta, do enjoy your food. I am just rambling on about some things that have been happening while I have been absent from the stream. And what happened during the eye surgery and things. Yeah, the eyes are indeed very fast when it comes to repairing itself. But, like, the eyes are basically like one giant collection of nerves, and that's why it fucking hurts like hell, you know? thing about my eye or about your eyes in general is that when those hurt, you cannot hold it. For example, if you have hurt your hand, you can hold your hand, like try to, like, you hold it and you go like, fuck, oh, this fucking hurts. And somewhat minimize the pain, right? With your eyes, you cannot do that. And the more you try to, like, hide away the pain, like, for some reason, the more it's going to hurt. And an eye decides to be painful whenever it likes to be, especially if your cornea is fucked, like mine has been twice now, actually. Because the eye decides, fuck it, I'll just repair right now. And then, like, what has happened with me is that it is possible to have some random chunks of your, in my case, cornea, grow in the not correct direction and stab you in the eye while you have to endure all that pain, and there's nothing you can do about it until you have seen an eye specialist or a surgeon to do the necessary. But I have indeed been through a very hellish time. Again, I have been feeling very weak, and I still do, because of, again, I was unable to make any food whatsoever. I mean, I did drink, I guess, but not necessarily enough. Maybe like a tiny bottle of, like what size bottles are these? Like 30-ish centiliters? I don't know what it is in other measurements. But basically, I refilled that bottle with some tap water, and I just threw some sugar in it, just to get some kind of sugar in my body. And that's basically what I survived on for 2 days straight. Again, I have no one that can really take care of me. Like the first time that my cornea was damaged, it was because of my cat that has scratched my cornea right in the middle. And that was also quite the experience. Agonizing pain, very fun. But back then, I was in a relationship, so I had someone that was able to take care of me. But in this case, I'm all alone. My dad did drive me around to the hospital first, then the eye specialist and surgeons afterwards. But when I was driven back home, there was no one that could take care of me. So I had to do it on my own. I had to improvise how to survive. Not that I was like in any kind of danger or something. So, because the very first few days that I decided I would just keep both of my eyes shut because it hurts like hell, whenever I tried to open my good eye, but my left eye, like the muscles of my eyelid, like press on to the fucking wound. Trying to keep my left eye closed because I have my right eye opened is something like, yeah, okay, I just keep both of them closed. And I'll just stay in bed the entire fucking time. And I'll just have some kind of sugar in my water so that at least I have some kind of quote-unquote energy to work with. But the only times I would get out of bed was to refill the tap water in my bottle, or to go to the bathroom, which didn't really happen that often as I was sleeping the entire time. And that's why my sleep schedule now is quote unquote fixed. It still fucks in the sense that I still wake up at hours that I shouldn't be, but it's the other way around. Like, it's the other way around now that I now wake up really early, while otherwise I would still be wide awake or haven't slept just yet. Because before, I would be waking up at around, what? Like, um... And before, I would be waking up at around, like, 4 or 5 p.m. or something. Now, I wake up, generally speaking, usually either around midnight or like 3 or 4-ish a.m. in the morning. Probably. Um, but yeah, at the moment it has been quite difficult to stay awake properly. Like yesterday, I don't remember. Yeah, that's also something. My memory is now even more shit than what it used to be. Yeah, right now here it is around 1:40 p.m. and I am starting to feel tired. However, I need to be awake because I have ordered groceries to be delivered here to my house because I cannot go to a grocery store myself because one, I am not allowed to drive. And two, I do not have the energy to even walk properly. 'Was genuinely very afraid one time. I think it was yesterday or the day before that, where I felt like everything in my body was about to be, um, like everything was about to, like, shut down, basically. And it was a very scary feeling because I wanted to move my limbs, but they really didn't want to. So I had to rush downstairs and grab an energy drink. And thank fuck that I still had one, because usually I don't have those. I usually buy those for people who would be spending time here in my house, which has been a long time ever since someone visited my place. So usually when someone comes over to my house, I try to order or try to get some drinks or snacks that they really like so that they feel more at home. So yeah, I had a Red Bull can thing from a while ago. But thank fuck I still had exactly one left, and I just chugged that thing down because I could really feel if I do not do something about that right now, I'm going to be in some serious fucking trouble. And I do know that you work in a grocery store, but I do not want to burden you with, like, grabbing all that shit and delivering it here, while I could have someone else that is paid to do that, you know, to do that for me, and so liberating you from whatever bullshit I'm going through, because I don't want people to be wasting time on me, you know? But yeah, that was a very scary moment that, like, my entire body was shaking. Like, my legs were shaking, my arms were shaking, and I was like, uh-oh, this isn't good. I know, but still, like, you have better things to do. And again, I know that we are friends. Still doesn't mean that you have to waste your time on me. I still managed, as you can see. I mean, there are some aftermaths that I am not so happy with, but that is no one's fault, and I'm the only one to blame for that. So right now, I am just trying to recover slowly, but I now have to stay awake till I think, like, um, I think that I have to be awake. Like, see, my memory is fucking gone. When was my thing going to arrive? Is somewhere between 6 and 8 p.m. my time. Well, my groceries be delivered here. Again, they will just be delivered here doesn't mean that they will actually be, like, all sorted out in my house. They would just be delivered here. So I hope that my body will cooperate and be able to lift whatever I'm supposed to lift and carry over to the pantry and the fridge and the freezer, you know? So wish me luck on that. Like, my perception of time is completely gone. If I wouldn't have a watch or something or a clock, I would not be able to tell what time it is, because I am now feeling so tired that it feels like it's already like like 2 something, 2 or 3 in the morning. That's still more than 12 hours later than what we are now, and no, I do not open my curtains a lot, especially here in the room that I'm sitting. I like to keep things as dark as possible, but still have some light. For example, this red light that I have is because it helps me, one, see things, but also helps me calm down of all the things that are just going around in my head, you know? No, I refuse to open my curtains. I will not open them, especially not in this room. The only way or the only reason why I would be opening my curtains, but even then I still block them off, is whenever it's summer, I do have this portable air conditioning, and I have this giant cardboard piece with a hole in it with the tube of the air conditioning exhaust thingy through it, so that one, the hot air is going to be going outside, but also that people cannot see, like, straight through my fucking window, you know? So hey, Goober. How are you doing, Goober? You doing okay? Do you realize silver bullets are made to combat werewolves, right? Not necessarily vampires? With vampires, you would need a wooden stake going straight through the hearts, garlic, and optimally, holy water and sunlight. I'll say, Goober, I'm doing okay. I'm just a little bit tired, but I am doing quite okay. I have seen Blade. But it has been a very long time though. Well, I don't really have an eye patch. As in like a cool one. And the bandage that I had was not necessarily also a cool one. Like it was like a fucking piece of, like, what do you call that? Um, it's not really a bandage material. It's like those cotton cushion thingies. Like, what are those things called? Con considering or, not considering, if we may believe, um, Google Translate, um, it's like cotton wool or something like that, but like those circular ones that it was, you know, damned. It is basically like this cotton wool circular pad things that were put like over my eye, and then just with some special tape, it was just like pasted over my eye, but not like a bandage, like with like multiple wrappings around your head or something. Nothing like that. Just like tape for like across my eyes, or across my left eye in this case. And then we're like, first you have the cotton wool, like legit cotton wool thingy. Like in Flemish, it is wotten, with those thingies, those circular ones. That was pressed against my eye, like 2 of them, and then just like tape, like 3 lines of tape over my eye to keep those things, quote unquote, in place. And it didn't really work that well. Like, it kind of worked, but also not as it should be. Not to mention that I had to put some, like eye medication, and not like the eye drops, but like the dewy kind of eye medication, like from a tube. And it really sucked because whenever you have some kind of medication like that, like if you would press it, like it would always like curl around, like it would not go straight down. So it really sucks to put that in my eye. And I was like, can I please not have like some fucking eye drops instead that basically do the same thing? Because this gooey shit really isn't working. Yeah, with like those cotton round pads. It's not like anything like medical. It was just like those cotton pads that you would get like in almost any store whatsoever. For example, to remove makeup or something like that, or I don't know what other examples I could be giving. King Chai's. But yeah, it is those kind of things that were just 2 of them pressed against my eye. Tape over it, and good luck. That's basically what has been given to me for the first few days. Again, it did work, kinda, but not properly, which ended up having me have another eye surgery to unfuck my fucky cornea. And yeah, this lens thing that is in my eye right now is a lot better. Like, I can at least fucking see through it. But the funny thing about is, like, when I first went to the, what is it, the ER, is that what it's called? Like, the emergency thing in the hospital? What happened is, so I was brought there, and then they were asking my dad, like, what happened? And then I had to explain, like, okay, like, this is what happened. Okay, then wait here. Meanwhile, I was suffering in pain for about half an hour. And then they were like, yes, okay, what happened? Okay, this and that happened. They're like, oh shit, wait, we really need to send you directly to one of our eye specialists. And then I was like brought to a different section of the hospital, and I had to wait another like half an hour, 40 minutes in agonizing pain until some eye specialist was like, okay, let's fucking see what's going on. It's like, fucking finally. Because when you're in constant agonizing pain, a fucking hour of that is really fucking long. So what the first thing that eye surgeon slash specialist did was like, okay, I'll put some medication, some eye drops in your eyes so that it is put under local anesthesia. Is that what it's called? And so yeah, that really stung like hell when those drops were like crawling all over my eye. But like the pain was ebbing away, and I was like, holy shit, okay, the pain's gone. I still feel like a pressure, but it's not like this stabbing pain anymore. And I could finally open my eye. And like they were doing some tests, like if you would do like some kind of an eye reading test, like from a distance, that they were, by the way, I'll catch up with the chat. It's just that I want to tell what happened, because to me it was like, really, you're gonna make me do this kind of thing that happened. So what happened is, so they put this eye medication in, like it hurt like hell, but I could see because of the medication, but it was temporary, so that they could kind of see properly what was happening with my eye, because I couldn't open it because of the pain. So I had to do some kind of a vision test, indeed, where they put some random letters and various sizes that you could, like they were saying, can you read this? Can you read that? So with my right eye, I was like, yeah, I can read that. Okay, now with your left eye, I opened my left eye and I couldn't see anything. Everything was just one giant blur. I couldn't see jack shit. My cornea was completely fucked. So I couldn't see anything. I was like, okay, yeah, this is not going to work. I don't think I should be doing this test. So then they were like, okay, yeah, we need to, like basically glue your eyes shut, in a sense, not really with glue, but with this eye medication, with these cotton pads and a tape over it, that for a couple of days, and then we'll see what happens. And then, everything else has been already said multiple times. So yeah. But hey there, Mochi, I'm doing better. I'm happy that I'm doing better and that I am back here streaming, even though I just started streaming because, or not because, but I just started streaming without like having any games or thoughts in mind, like I should be doing this on stream, or today I'm going to be doing that on stream. I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll just stream, and I don't know. I don't know. But thank you for your concern. That goes to everyone. But I'll be fine. I've been through worse. Well, I have been quite, miserable, to put it in one word, for the past few days. And also, hey there, creeps. How are things? Fiery Panzer, what do you mean? Like, when they take out that vision? You mean the lens thing? If they take out the lens, that is going to be like pain again? I mean, I hope not, because it should be healed, you know? Because, yeah, one, it should be healed, and also I feel like they'd still prescribe me these eye drops so that it can keep being, like, so that my eye keeps being wet, I suppose, so that it doesn't dry out. Oh, yeah, no, I don't mind the vision loss, really. Like, the vision loss is the least of my worries. As long as it doesn't hurt like hell, I still have my other eye, which I can see perfectly through. Then I'm fine. I just don't want to be experiencing that pain again. But I hope your exam is going to go well, and I'm sure that it will. And I believe in you that you will not necessarily ace the exam, but that you will pass. Hey there, Ksumi. Yes, I have not forgotten that I still call you Ksumi. This for valid reasons, but I am doing okay. I feel like I might have to post this thing on YouTube as well, because I have noticed in the days that I was gone from my PC in general that um like the videos where I just talk to people is something that does well in my opinion. So I figured maybe this might be a good update video on why I have not been posting any content. And speaking about content, my PC has been doing some weird things that I had to do a complete reset of the things. I did make a backup of the most important files that I need to keepsake, you know. However, I did have some files concerning content, concerning things that I was going to upload on YouTube that are now gone because they were on my desktop, and I forgot your desktop is also your C drive. And for some reason, we now have a sub. The first sub of the day, the first sub of, or since my return, I guess. But thank you, Panzer, for gifting a sub to Lil Creeps. Also, note that the theme of the stream is still this synthwave thing. But that is going to change completely. Due to various reasons that have been mentioned before. But also, like, these changes were about to happen anyway, like they were going to happen. But I wanted to wait until the materials are ready. But due to some circumstances and events, I had to change it as fast as possible. So therefore, the changes to the server name and the layout and the visuals have been changed. But a lot of things will also be different here on stream the moment that I do have my my materials ready. Until that time, we will be stuck with this synthwave thing. I apologize sincerely if I am not talking that much because I still feel very exhausted. And I feel like my body is just now kinda not necessarily collapsing, but it's like semi-collapsing into one pile of crap, I guess. Like my legs at the moment, I can tell that I can't really stand on them right now. Well, if I would do a little bit of movement, that they would kind of like kick back in action. Well, don't like ask me now to take a walk outside because I would just collapse. I would just collapse. I know that. I know what my body is capable of. But just going like on a walk right now, nope. Forget it. I would need a wheelchair. And even then, like the chances of me just going outside just to go out for a walk are very slim anyway, even if I would be in perfect health conditions. Gonna run a marathon and you'll see like after 3 steps that I'll just be on the floor somewhere about like 50 meters behind you. Yeah. If I could play Beat Saber while I'm sitting down, I could play maybe the simplest of songs, but don't expect me to, like, do the same things as I was before the injury. Okay, creeps, do take care, okay? Thank you for being here, though. Yeah, especially with my eye anyway, I don't think VR will be, happening anytime soon unless the doctor themselves are saying like, nope, you're perfectly fine. Then maybe, but I would still be skeptical, like maybe I shouldn't. And if I would be playing any games that would be like some chill games that don't really require my eyes to be going all over the place, you know? Like nothing too intense. Or if it is intense, um, that I basically just have to press almost no buttons to do whatever actions. Like for example, if I would be playing Path of Exile, that if I would be using like Flicker Strike, which is this teleporting ability that you can basically cast automatically or infinitely in certain conditions, that wipe out a map like that, then sure, like that, those things like goes very fucking fast, but or like Vampire Survivors, like things like that, could also be something. Or just talking in general like this is also possible. But even that, like, just... Sorry, I had to, um, ow, okay, my eye hurts. I had to, I had to yawn for just a bit. We are not going to do yawning ASMR things. Um, Speaking of benders, now that you mention it, it was probably the first time ever that I have sneezed with my eyes open. This is because of my eye injury, and when the lens was placed, and since I could see properly, but it still hurt like hell, like I felt like when I got back home, I thought that I had to sneeze. But I was like, oh fuck, wait a minute, isn't that going to hurt like super hard if I have to close my eyes like really fast? So I sneezed with my eyes open, and that was a very weird experience. Do take care, Goover, and thank you for being here, though. I apologize if the stream isn't exactly what you thought it would be. Um, but yeah, I didn't really have a plan or an idea of what I should be doing today. But yeah, really feel very exhausted right now, and honestly, I am I think I am going to end the stream here for maybe just a bit. I might return later, but I am not exactly feeling okay. Um, so I'll just, I guess this could be seen as a little, hello guys, I am back kinda stream, you know? Kinda at least that you know that I am still alive and kicking somehow. Um, yeah, I think yeah, my entire body is starting to feel really painful, and I think I'm going to lay down for just a bit, and I'll talk to you guys later, okay? So, thank you for talking to me, and I thank you for being here, and hopefully that we can talk some more later, and things can more or less go back to normal, right? So, now, so take care, and remember that I do love you all for being you.